Hey everyone, it's Redza here, back again with another video. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a feature bass drop in the style of Candyman by Zedd. So I remade the song and I have the project file right here. I'm going to play you the drop and then tell you how to make it. Alright. Alright, so that's the drop. I'm going to go through the drums first. So there's a kick and a snare and a clap layer. I'm going to go through the kick. Pretty much nothing. There's nothing on the effects chain. So this is just a synthy kind of kick that I got, which I made shorter. And here's the snare. I got the snare from a Jack U pack, this one. And I made this second boop part closer to the beginning to make it seem quicker. Okay, and the clap layer, it's just to add a little space to the snare. Okay, so those are the drums. What else do I have? Here's the tambourine loop. Pretty simple. I just got some tambourine samples, pitched them up, and made a loop. And the bass, 808. If you're listening to this on laptop speakers, you might not hear that. It's just really low. So it's an 808 from Kick 2, which is a plugin by Sonic Academy. Pretty good plugin, can make all sorts of kicks. This is a 808 preset that I got and tweaked a bit. I added a saturator and a compressor, and that's pretty much it. So that's the bass, and I also have some hats going on the second part of the drop. Yep, just a hat that I put in a drum rack, or a sampler, I guess. Yep, and it's just playing notes straight here. I also did this part where it goes up. I used a utility and automated the volume. Pretty simple. Okay, so those are the drums. Next I'm going to go through the chords, or synths, I guess. So this is the first one. To explain this, I'm going to take out all the effects and then put them back on later to explain what they do. So here is the sound without all the effects. Yep, pretty boring. It's just a super saw with these wide chords here. So there's 8 voices on the left, 8 voices on the right. They're not panned or anything. It's just, you know, the left and right of this island. Anyway, so I put these two together and kind of detuned one to a bit down and detuned one a bit up using this fine knob, which not a lot of people do. It just makes I guess, a bigger supersaw. So, and I added a detune here as well. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing else in this patch. After that, I added an OTT, which means over the top, and it's just a multi-band compressor that comes with the Ableton. It really brings up the highs, so that's why I added it. Next is an EQ. Something interesting about this is it's a mid-side EQ, so the mid is cutting out the bass at 100 Hertz, and the side is cutting it around 200. This is because I don't want like the bassy parts to be on the side channels. I just want it to be in the mid, because it clutters up the mix. Anyway, so that's this EQ explained. I added a saturator to distort and make the sound louder, and a compressor that does the same thing. Next is the plugin that shapes the sound the most. It's LFO Tool, which is a sidechain plugin by Xfer. So what I have here is it's sidechaining the track at 1/8 note, and I made it this sawtooth soften shape. And this shape is on most of the chord sounds. So that's it. Also, there is a pitch bend that's going on. This pitch bend is supposed to be 2 here, and it's going on every one of these, just to add a bit of movement, I guess. Next is the strings, which I added to make the sound more organic. As you heard, there's a pitch bend here as well. I'll teach you how to do that. So this Contact library is just the factory library that comes with Contact. It's the string ensemble right here, and I made it staccato so it does a plucky kind of sound. And then I went to the options and went to pitch bend range here, and this is on most of the orchestral libraries. So I just made it 2 semitones and then added the same MIDI, and then it pitch bends the same, which I find kind of cool. And the effects are pretty much the same as the chords. Alright, so next is the lead melody. This is how it sounds. It's basically the same as the chords. I think it's exactly the same, but I just took out some of the notes and added a few more notes to emphasize this main melody, I guess. So here it is with and without. And without. So it just adds a bit of emphasis to these notes. Okay, next, here is the noise channel that I got from Silent as well. It's the same rhythm as the melody, but just with a noise oscillator. It goes and I took out the bass. Pretty much very simple. Oh, also here is the preverb that goes on in this section. Hey! And that's just, I added reverb to this whole thing, and I rendered it out and reversed it. Cool effect. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it. There's this downsweep that I have, and vocal chops with reverb on them. Next is the sidechain. So the sidechain is just a shorter version of the kick, and that comes with every kick and snare. So, and it's disabled, so you can't hear it, obviously. So that trigger is coming to this group, which groups up all the instruments and stuff, like without the drums. And it's just going to the compressor, and that's sidechaining it. So that's pretty much it, I guess. With all these elements, this is what you get. Alright, see you soon, subscribe, bye!